as we go along and as I speak, you'll realize the importance of trying this initiative, because what they have realized is that human beings are responsible for the movement of almost 95% of the pest throughout from one country to the next. All right? Oh yes, so he's there. So as I said, my office is in Trinidad. My work program is based on the Greater Caribbean Safeguarding Initiative work program. And one of the goals is to enhance pest detection activities within the Greater Caribbean region. We spoke earlier on Monday again about the pathway analysis recommendations, and one of the objectives was to carry out region-wide public awareness campaigns on invasive species, and this should be coordinated through the Regional Action Group, which is the Caribbean Planter Directors Forum, which I'll speak to you later about again. The Don't Pack a Pest outreach program began as a partnership between the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, and the U.S. Border and Customs Protection Agency. And this program started in 2011. A little bit of the background. As a result of an effort to improve intergovernment cooperation in carrying out agricultural safeguarding activities in Florida and ports of entry beyond, this program became necessary. Studies were carried out from the late 90s and out a 10-year strategic plan, and they recognized that, in particular in the region, all of the region was responsible, imported a very small percentage of the cargo going into Florida. They intercepted almost over 50% of the interceptions came from the Caribbean region, right? And because of that, the Caribbean region was targeted as well for this Don't Pack a Pest region program. As well, the pathway analysis study also indicated that the pathway of the human movement also was a very important pathway for the movement of pest and disease in the region. So the recommendation was to develop an outreach and education public and to educate the public on what they should know and what they need to know to protect our agriculture and natural resources, because Florida has a $1.8 billion agricultural industry, and because of the movement of pest and disease from the Caribbean into this pathway, because the U.S. regards the Caribbean region as its third border, they decided to focus on the Caribbean as for this particular program. So Farm Bill funding was sought, and they developed the program with signage and different pieces of paraphernalia as outlined by my previous speaker, to educate travelers about the risk associated with carrying and making and stop smuggling agricultural items into the United States. And the concept involved using a Customs and Border Protection agricultural dog, and you'll see a small video at the end of the presentation. This program was expanded from 2011 in Florida. The 2012, it was launched in Jamaica as a partnership between the USDA, the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, and the Jamaican Ministry of Agriculture. And it was modified to reflect a regional message and a broader safeguarding efforts between Florida and the United States. These programs, videos were shown on most of the American airlines flights going into Jamaica. If you travel on Caribbean Airlines as well, you'll see the public awareness programs in their magazines. So they are trying to educate the traveling public about the particular program. In 2012, as I said, it was launched in Kingston, Grenada, in Montego Bay. Expanding in 2013, it was a formal partnership between the USDA, the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, and Dominican Republic Ministry of Agriculture. And it was launched this month, in April, last month, in Santo Domingo, in the Dominican Republic. In 2014, we expect that it will be expanded, and preliminary discussions have begun with the Cayman Islands and Panama. These countries have or are expecting to have the sniffer dogs on patrol in their particular islands. The Cayman Islands already have that program on the ground as well. The Don't Pack a Pest outreach program will also be in partnership with the Caribbean Plantel Directors Forum. Again, you will hear more about this. The Caribbean Plantel Directors Forum is an initiative of all the major stakeholders, the international and regional organizations that operate within the Caribbean region, NAICA, FAO, CABI, USDA, CADI, I'm missing on anybody, the University of the West Indies, CARICOM Secretariat. And yes. And we are going to be using funding from this particular program and the Greater Caribbean Region Safeguarding Initiative to launch specific initiatives with respect to specific pests. These specific pests are related to our technical working groups, and we have already started. I was hoping that Bob would have invited us to display our outreach program at this particular meeting, but he probably was on oversight, so I'll forgive him. All right, so we have already started doing our outreach and our displays with these particular pests. All right. Let me don't stay much longer because I want to go onto the video and show you what the program is all about using the sniffer dogs.
Okay, men and ladies, remember, though we stopped the introduction of most harmful pests and diseases from entering the U.S., we can always do more.
I know, having assisted with many interceptions myself.
Unsuspecting travelers bring in pests and diseases daily. Our forests, landscape, livestock, and agriculture crops are at risk. Remain vigilant. We don't want anything to get through on our watch. Now look sharp. Linus, it's time to get out there and sniff it out.
All right, he's filling out a U.S. Customs and Border Protection Declaration form. Our message of don't pack a pest is getting out there. But we've still got a lot to do. Got it. I found another one. If only more travelers would declare their agricultural items. Our CBP agricultural specialist can help determine if they're safe to bring in. It was a good day. Hope yours is too. Go get them. Help protect our food and natural resources. Please, declare agricultural items and don't pack a pest.
Yes, that is the video and the promotional material, and the beagle dog is the promo dog that's used in most of the promotional items. All right, and that's it. That's the Don't Pack a Pest program. No.